Hi, it's Lonnie. Welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. Today I want to show you some things that I made. I don't know what they're called exactly. Maybe pockets, maybe tuck spots, maybe something you could put in a pocket. They're made out of scraps, and I suppose they could be like sort of a journal card if I wanted to clean up the back, but I was thinking for the most part I would probably use them to decorate a page or to make a tuck spot. So I still have some blank ones, but the ones I finished are like such, and I'm surprised at how much I like these, and yet they're so simple, and that's the key. Look, I used some images that I got in this music book. It had some like Skip to the Loo songs, and then there would be a picture illustrating the song, and there's another one, kids playing hopscotch or something. And so I think my problem in the past has been that I'm trying to make this too complicated. I was watching Yvonne Preston lately, and she was making some of these. And I also watched Michelle at the Creative Cove, and she was doing something like this. And what struck me was how plain their backgrounds were. And so, hence the neutral aspect. And so I wanted to make some. I made 9, but I wanted to make some more. And again, this can be made from scraps. In fact, that's what I have today. I have different colors, but all neutral. So I thought we could maybe make a few together and see if we like that. And sometimes, like I bought this a pad of watercolor paper at the dollar store, and it's not really watercolor paper. The paint and the water doesn't really soak in unless maybe you did it in the back. But I decided this could be used for scraps. So, and then I had this one where I tried to paint a leaf, and that didn't exactly work out, and I thought, well, it'll work as one of these pieces because it has a cool texture on it. So we'll do that, and basically, yeah, just piece them together. Now the ones I made earlier I did sew, but you don't have to. You can use glue, not a problem. The sewing doesn't show up a whole lot anyways because I switched to a neutral color for that as well. So if you wanted to, you could use sketches. That's what I did there. If you can't draw, you could get something that looks like a sketch and then just go over it with ink. That's what I did there. And in fact, I have some of these which were a free gift from Yvonne Preston. I think it's on her Ko-fi page. But I printed them out, and then I just went over them with a pen to make it look like I drew it. So there's that. And then with some of these, I thought it would be fun if they had some script stamped on them. So I want to do that as well. So yeah, hopefully you'll want to join me. I think I want to do it on these. Doesn't have to be over the whole thing, but it can be. Just something on there so it's not completely blank. A lot of it won't even show up, just for fun. Okay. I think too I want to tear some of these. And then I think what I did, what I did with the other ones, I inked them all separately. Sorry for all the inking. Too, I was thinking that maybe we could stencil something on there. Since there's already leaves on there. I mean, you don't have to. You can totally leave them plain. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, let me get some of these out of the way so I can work here. I wanted a little bit thicker paper because it just makes it easier then to put like, I don't know, they'll hold together better if they're a little bit thicker, I think. Okay, so there's that. And then, well, there's one. Now I think too it's fun when they're a little bit different size. And watercolor paper tears so nicely. It has this really nice texture. And I did also ink these. And I also coffee dyed where the sketches are, so it wouldn't be completely white. Now I like them all, and it's really hard to decide what should go in front. So maybe my dilemma isn't solved after all. Okay, I want that one to show because it's the boldest. And I want part of the leaf to show. Something like that. And it doesn't have to be in a square. It can be any shape. All right, so glue. I'll start from the top and then work to the bottom so that I don't mess it up now that I have figured out what I want. So see, there's a little bit of writing or script showing, not too much. And then You have to be careful where you put your glue, otherwise you'll miss. So there's a tiny little bit of color on there, but not a whole lot. Oops, I just ripped it. Just give it a little reinforcement here. It could still be used to journal on. But sometimes you just want something on a page and you don't necessarily want it to do anything. You just want something on the page. And I think these would be great for that. But also they would make really cool tuck spots. Now, okay, I have this mechanical pencil here. If I wanted to faux sew, I could just do this. It just adds another layer of texture. How fun is that? They'll never know. They might know, but that's okay. I got these from Creative Fabrica. They were just the ferns, and I just added some doodles to it, and I also went over the ferns with ink again to make it look like a sketch. So, let's see. We'll just do a couple. Like I said, I think for myself, I was overthinking how to make pretty things. I think I thought that I didn't have really pretty papers, and that's why it wasn't really satisfying to me. But again, I was watching Yvonne Preston and Michelle at the Creative Cove. Now, I've only been watching Yvonne Preston for a little while, but I've been watching Michelle at the Creative Cove for, I think, probably since I started my journey here. And she does a lot of neutral journals, and I think that's rapidly becoming something that I'm gravitating to. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. And she's fast, like she creates really fast. She will make like what seems like a ton of journals in just a very short time. So again, I want that to show. Maybe I want to overlap something here. That gives more depth too when they kind of overlap and underlap. Okay, so I'll do that. Well, it's kind of hard to know where to put the glue all the time, but we can add more later if need be. And 2, these don't need to be completely straight either. And they don't need to be, like, not everything needs to be rectangular. It just so happens that that's what I have mostly right now. Yeah, sometimes doing these sketches like this is faster than drawing stuff myself, because when I go to draw, I always think, okay, what do I draw now? This way it's already decided. And then too, you can still add things to it, like a word, or if you want to dress it up, you could add some bling or something. Now, I think I want this to be a little smaller. Like that, so it's a little off, not too symmetrical. And then just take the first one. Why not? Adding a word just seems to add a whole lot. It's probably the less that is more, if that makes any sense. So there's that. Okay. So yeah, we made 2. Maybe you need to make a few before it feels like it's the right thing. So let's see. Okay, so for this one, I actually added a digital, and I think that threw me for the process. So let's see if we can. That would work. I think I would want that down there, and then maybe a word up top here. Something a little longer. Or does it need to be? Nope. Don't really want to cover that rose up, but something like that. And I did sew on this one as well, and now I'm covering that up too, so it's all right. And I forgot to ink the word. Oh well. I still have time. Really? Couldn't just let it be. Okay, there we go. It worked. And see, for some of them, I left the writing on purpose. Like this says editor's preface. So that's from a music book as well. Here's some mark making that didn't really turn out to my liking, so I just flipped it over and used that side. So as you can see, you can do different things. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it there for today and just encourage you to give your plain scraps a look and see if you can't maybe do something neutral, or at least start with a neutral base. Tell me if neutral has been a challenge for you. Tell me I'm not the only one. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.